name is Meredith Dionne Warwick, and we are here at the Three Doctors event, and we just met with Dr. Samson Davis, an amazing doctor, and his co-partners in the Three Doctors, and we actually are having a really good time, but it's inspiring to see young Black doctors giving back to their community, traveling, and promoting young people and encouraging young people and inspiring young people. Tonight they honored Mrs. Houston, the mother of Whitney Houston, the late Whitney Houston. And in the same room is Miss Dionne Warwick, who I grew up with, her music and everything else. Hi, good evening. I'm with the legendary Miss Dionne Warwick here, and I wanted to ask her three most important questions. First, what inspired you to come into this industry and give us your gift of presence?
Well, my inspiration was from my Heavenly Father, who gave me the gift, and that was I need to share.
And where are you today, and what are you doing here?
I'm here celebrating these three wonderful men, three doctors, and they are an inspiration to the world and to our youth here, the entire world.
And what message do you want to leave young people, the next generation of shakers and movers, to do what you did with Solid Gold when you came out?
Well, you know, it's basically I live by my mantra, which was given to me by my grandfather, who was a minister. And that simply is, if you can think it, you can certainly do it.
There's nothing left to say. The legendary Miss Dionne Warwick.
Thank you.
Giving back.
Oprah Winfrey once quoted, "Pay attention to life's whispers, because life always whispers to you first. And if you ignore the whisper, sooner or later you'll get a scream." The doctors paid attention. I'm paying attention. Are you? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Samson Davis. I'm a board-certified emergency medicine physician. I'm also an author of New York Times bestseller, The Pack, We Beat the Street, and The Bond. And my latest book, brand new book, is called Living and Dying in Brick City, An ER Doctor Returns Home. So my inspiration to become a doctor really came from my home. I grew up in a single-parent home, and I saw how delicate my mother was in caring for others, not including her children, but those that was extended family. And so I picked up those lessons at an early age to practice humanity, to give back and help one another. And so when the opportunity presented itself for me to go to college to become a doctor, I had two other buddies that I joined forces with, and we made a pact that's promising one another to go to college together, to go to medical school together. We achieved our dreams and became doctors. And it was important for me to come back home to my city of Newark to practice emergency medicine. And I started back at the same hospital I was born in, at Beth Israel. I see people come in with terminal stages of cancer. I see heart attacks. I see strokes. And what I've decided to do is step outside the comfort zone of the four walls of the emergency department and be a part of the community. For my young African-American males and females, it's important that they understand education is power. Education saved my life. If it wasn't for school, I wouldn't be here. I mean, I grew up and how tough it was in the streets of Newark. There's no way I would have made it out and made it to the levels of becoming a doctor had I not invested into education. So education will save your life. And A's are important. Own those A's. Go out and gain as many A's and B's as possibly as you can. And it's cool. It's the coolest thing out. And if they call you a nerd for getting an A today, that's fine, because they'll be calling you boss tomorrow. Along with the Three Doctors Foundation is all about the premise of what we call HELM, which is the H is for health, the E is for education, the L is for leadership, and the M is for mentoring. Those four components come together to really make everyone in the community strong and standing and sort of doing well for each other, I think is what translates effectively over what the initial premise of the foundation is all about. So if you're healthy, if you're educated, if you're a leader, if you're mentoring, those are all four key ingredients to producing a strong force. And so we practice that through the Three Doctors Foundation. My latest book, Brick City, is all about health. is all about education. That sort of ties into people having more control over their health and education. But the good thing about this book here is, in of itself, it's more of a self-help book, but there's stories behind it. So you're not going to get lost in sort of the language, but you're going to enjoy these stories that's in this book, and then you're going to feel empowered at the end of reading the book. And you're going to have stories that's going to be memorable. That's going to be stories that you know from your own personal experience that's going to intertwine with the stories you read in here. So I think this book is a must-read, not because I wrote it, but really because I just think that it helps to give you an antidote. It helps to give you some medicine and healing of how to take better care of yourself and how to be empowered in your own health care.
A lot of people, black, white, Mexican, young or old, fat or skinny, have a problem being true to themselves. They have a problem looking in the mirror and looking directly into their own souls. And the reason I am who I am today is because I can look directly into my face and find my soul.